First question, what is the potential energy of an electron present in N shell of the beryllium 3 plus ion? So we are asked to calculate potential energy of an electron present in N shell of beryllium 3 plus. Now there is no particular formula to calculate potential energy. Remember, this is total energy. The formula that we have for energy is total energy minus 13.6 z square upon n square. But we also know that total energy is equal to minus kz e square divided by 2r, and also potential energy as minus kz e square divided by 2r. If you look at these two equations, you can see only extra thing is this 2. If I take this to this side, then this whole thing become potential energy. That means we know potential energy is 2 times total energy. Similarly, you can also do for kinetic energy also. If you look at these two, kz e square divided by 2r and kz e square divided by 2r, only negative is missing. That means what? Total energy is equal to minus of kinetic energy. So that means we have to calculate total energy first, then we have to multiply that with 2, then we'll get potential energy. Now total energy they have given in terms of electron volts. That means we are going to use this formula, that is total energy is equal to minus 13.6 z square upon n square. So 2 into minus 13.6 into z square. So here beryllium is having atomic number 4. So beryllium is this one, atomic number 4. So 4 square divided by nth shell KLMN, so that is again 4 square z square upon n square. So this will become minus 27.2 electron volt. Now let's solve next question. The distance between 4th and 3rd Bohr orbit of helium plus is. We want to check the distance between 4th and 3rd Bohr orbit. It is like there are many orbits. Okay, this is n equal to 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we want to calculate the distance between these two. So what we can do is we can measure the distance of this distance, and we can measure this distance, then we can subtract that. So we have the formula for radius of 3rd orbit and also for 4th orbit of helium plus. So here answers are given in terms of meter, so this formula can be used, but we have to multiply 10 raised to minus 10 because this is in angstrom unit. So for let's say 4th orbit, then the formula is radius for 4th orbit will be 0.529, n square is 4 square divided by, this is helium, so that is 2, atomic number is 2 because helium is 2, 4. And that of for 3rd orbit, R3 equal to 0.529 into 3 square divided by 2. So we have to subtract that. So R4 minus R3, that is 0.529 into 4 square divided by 2 minus 0.529 into 4 square, 3 square divided by 2. Let's take 0.529 common. So 4 square is 16 by 2 minus 9 by 2. So that is 7 by 2. So 0.529. So here remember, this has to be in terms of meter. So 10 raised to minus 10, 10 raised to minus 10. So common will be 0.529 into 10 raised to minus 10 to make it in meter. So into 10 raised to minus 10 into 7 by 2. So this is 3.5 almost 1.851 into 10 raised to minus 10 meter. So approximately we can do because there is huge difference there. So 3.5 into 3. Now let's move to next problem. the ratio of velocity of the electron in the third and fifth orbit of lithium 2 plus ion. So we are asked to calculate the ratio between third and fifth orbit of lithium 2 plus, whose ratio velocity ratio, and the options where it is 3:5 and 5:3, or the reverse is there. So whenever it is like that, so remember what to be written first and what to be written later. So third and fifth, that ratio we have to calculate. So velocity formula we have, that is v equal to 2.2 into 10 raised to 6 z upon n. So first let us keep for third orbit velocity divided by fifth orbit velocity. So for third and that of lithium 2 plus, so z will be common for both of them, but let us write that. So here velocity will be 2.2 into 10 raised to 6 into z is lithium 2 plus 3 by 2 divided by fifth orbit, that is again 2.2 into 10 raised to 6 into 5 by 2. So here you can understand this and this will get cancelled, giving us 3 by 5. So remember what to be written in the numerator and what to be written. Now let's go for next question. If the revolutions per second by the electron, in third orbit of hydrogen is delta, then the revolutions per second by the electron in second orbit of helium plus is. So remember, revolution per second nothing but frequency, and this frequency they are talking about, frequency equal to z square upon some constant and n power 3. So let's do that. Let me just write for third orbit of hydrogen. So we know frequency is equal to z square divided by some constant, let us say t naught and n power 3. This is the formula for frequency or revolution per second. Third orbit of hydrogen. So hydrogen z square 1 square, because hydrogen is having atomic number 1. Third orbit, so let's keep constant like that. Third orbit, so 3 power 3 n cube, and this is equal to delta. This is set in the problem. Then the revolution per second by the electron of second orbit will be second orbit of helium plus. So there the frequency is equal to, now remember this type of questions where we have to remember whether they are talking about similar atom or different atoms. So in this case that is different, so z will change here. So 2 power 2 divided by t naught into second orbit 2q. Now the problem here is to calculate frequency, we should know t naught, but since there are comparisons, so this is given as delta, this I can say that t naught, if I keep there, so 1 upon 9 is 1 upon 27 is 1 upon 27 delta is equal to t naught. So I can rearrange 3 power 3 is 27 and delta I am keeping here and t naught taking there, so that I can use that value there. So 2 power 2 is 4, t naught is 1 upon, that means here 27 delta divided by 2 power 3, that is 8. So this is 4 1 times, 4 2 times, 27 by 2 into delta, so 13.5. Now let's see other question. If acceleration of electron in first orbit of helium plus is, let's say some Greek letter eta, acceleration of electron of second orbit of beryllium 3 plus is. So first orbit of helium is regarded as eta, and acceleration of second orbit of beryllium 3 plus is asked. Now for acceleration we know the formula. Acceleration is equal to some constant into zq upon n square. So formula is acceleration into some constant z cube divided by n power 4. Okay. So now let us go for helium plus. So first orbit of helium, acceleration equal to constant into helium is 2 power 3 divided by first orbit, so n power 1 power 4. So remember helium is actually 2, 4. So atomic number is 2. So acceleration is equal to constant into 2 power 3 is 8. This is called as, regarded as eta. Now for beryllium 3 plus, we know beryllium is 4 and 9, atomic number is 4. So acceleration is equal to constant into beryllium 4 power cube and the second orbit, so n power 4. So this is equal to constant into 4 power cube, 4 into 4, 16, 16 4 is 64, 2 into 2, 8 into 2, 4, 4, so 2 into 2, 4, 4, 16. Okay, this is acceleration. Now acceleration can be easily calculated if constant is given to us, but we can get the constant here from this. So constant is equal to eta divided by 8. So let's put that particular thing here. Eta divided by 8 into 64 divided by 16. So 16 one time and 16 4 times. So 4 one times and 8 2 times. So next question. A dye absorbs a photon of wavelength lambda and re-emits the same energy into 2 photons of wavelength lambda 1 and lambda 2 respectively. The wavelength lambda is related with lambda 1 and lambda 2 as. So a dye absorbs a wavelength having value lambda and re-emits as 2 different photons of lambda 1 and lambda 2. So which is possible, after absorption it can emit various radiations of various energy based on hydrogen spectrum. We have seen that. So here we cannot see direct relation between lambda and the wavelengths, but we know that energy is conserved. So energy must be conserved there. Total energy is same. I mean, energy of incident radiation must be equal to energy of emitted radiation. So E is equal to, let's say, hc upon lambda. This is for this. And here energy 1 equal to hc upon lambda 1. Here energy 2 equal to hc upon lambda 2. So this can be written. Now energy is conserved. So E equal to E1 plus E2. Total energy must be conserved. So E is hc upon lambda is equal to hc upon lambda 1 plus hc upon lambda 2. So hc will get cancelled. 1 upon lambda equal to 1 upon lambda 1 plus 1 upon lambda 2. So 1 upon lambda equal to lambda 2 plus lambda 1 divided by lambda 1 into lambda 2. So let's see whether it is there. In terms of lambda we have tried. Lambda equal to lambda 1 lambda 2 divided by lambda 1 plus lambda 2. Let's move to next question. If the shortest wavelength of hydrogen atom in Lyman series is x, then longest wavelength in Balmer series of helium plus is. So this shortest wavelength and longest wavelength we have to understand here. So if you recall hydrogen spectrum, anything coming from infinity to 1, so this is considered to be the longest, highest energy, and this one will be considered as less energy. This is high energy. So because we know the energy difference between first shell and second shell is huge, and the energy difference decreases as you go away from the nucleus. So infinity and infinity minus 1, that energy difference is the smallest one, and the energy difference highest is between 2 and 1. So we are asked to calculate the shortest wavelength. We know energy is inversely proportional to lambda. So shortest wavelength means they are talking about highest energy of Lyman series. We know Lyman series is anything coming to n equal to 1. So shortest wavelength, that means highest energy, that means it has to come from infinity to 1. So okay, for Lyman series that is infinity to 1, we understood. And then longest wavelength of Balmer series. Balmer series is anything coming to n equal to 2. So longest wavelength means less energy. Less energy is possible, that is between something is coming to infinity to 2 is the highest energy here, and anything is coming from 3 to 2 is the lowest energy. So something has to come to n equal to 2. So out of them, this will be considered as the lowest energy because we are asked to calculate longest energy. So that is 3 to 2. So these two transitions we have to check now. Sure. Okay. For hydrogen atom, let me just write this formula, wavelength formula, that is 1 upon lambda equal to rz square divided by 1 upon n initial square minus 1 upon n final square. So n final means higher n number, n initial matlab lower n number. So let us write for this 1 upon lambda equal to r. This is for hydrogen, so z is 1 upon 1 square minus 1 upon infinity square. So 1 upon infinity is tending to 0, and 1 upon infinity square will be 0 almost. 1 upon lambda equal to r, because this will become 0. So lambda equal to 1 upon r, which is called as x in this case. We have to consider that as x. Now let us do for 3 to 2. So 1 upon lambda equal to rz square upon 1 upon initial square minus 1 upon n final square. So here this is for helium. So r2 square, that is 4. Helium is having atomic number 2. 1 upon initial square is 2 square minus this is final. Higher n value will be final, lower n value will be initial. So 4r, 1 upon 4 minus 1 upon 9, 4r, 9 minus 4 upon 36, 9 minus 4 is 5, 4r into 5 upon 36, 4 one time and 36 9 times. So 5r divided by 9 is 1 upon lambda. So lambda equal to 9 upon 5r. So 1 upon r is x. This means 9 by 5x. 1 upon r is x. So 9x by 5. So there is 5x by 9 also. Remember, you